All right, how are y'all doing today? Well, this is Philip Root. Uh, Sitting here, I went into the man cave today. I got some special stuff that come in the mail that I really care about a whole lot. It reminds me of my childhood, reminds me of my father, and I want to share it with you guys. Now, when it comes to buying products, we need to start buying American made because it supports our country and it puts Americans to work. Okay, you might spend a little more, but you know what? It's worth it to put Americans to work and also to support United States and get good quality American made stuff instead of some junk from other countries. But I want to show you this today. Okay, the first thing I got this in the mail today, and buddy, when I got it, I was happy. I was happy as could be over something small like this. Okay, well this is the case of it. Okay, look at that. Look at that, y'all. It's a Case Double X Trapper. Now this is just a leather case, and what's cool about it? It's real leather, man. That's real leather. That's tough, and it's a decent size, well made. I've spent about I think it was like $10 for this, and I look what I got here. This is my favorite. Look at this, y'all. Oh man, look at that beautiful knife, y'all. Look how pretty that is. It's got the double X on this side and the double X on this side, and it says Case Double X here. Man, that's a pretty knife. Two blade trapper, and it's a 4.25 inch pocket knife. And it's American made. Um, I ordered this because I seen this knife and I love it. When I seen it, I seen the colors of it, and it reminds me of my father. And old guys that I used to be around, my uncles and stuff. They always had to have a pocket knife, and they always had to have something good, because it really mattered. And but when I seen this knife, I had to have it. I had to just share that with y'all. And it's American made. It does say American made on it. I don't know how good I can get that for you. But it does say American made on there. It says USA, you know. Now, the old case knives had the old mild steel blades. I like the mild steel blades because they hold edge really good. Okay. They might rust, but they held an edge really good. Now the newer knives, they have like stainless and stuff like that, and they use like this is a SS, so it's a stainless. But it's real pretty knife, and we'll see how it goes. It's a little bit of a booger to sharpen, but I have a good sharpener, so there is one spot on the blade that I can tell it's got a little burr. Maybe when they made it, that it needed a little cleanup. So what I'll do is I'll put my sharpener on it that my buddy Rick gave me, and I'll put it to use. And Rick gave me a good knife sharpener, my buddy. But I tell you what, that's a beautiful knife, y'all. If you love knives like I do, especially pocket knives, man, look how pretty that is. That is a gorgeous knife, and I don't even want to use it, y'all. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to scratch it up. I don't want to tear it up. When you're working, you do all kind of stupid stuff with knives, but man, that's a gorgeous knife. And I tell you what, if you want a good knife like that, I went on Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Now they don't pay me money to promote them or anything. I don't get nothing out of that, y'all. It's just a good company. I've been up there. That's where I met David Jones up there. Me and Stacy's been up there, and that's a candy store for knives or whatever you want. Anything you can think about, knives. So I tell you what, man, when I got that in the mail today, that made me happy. And it reminded me when I was a kid, when my dad would give me a pocket knife like that, a little pocket knife, how much joy it brought to me. And not because it was the knife, but because it was, somebody giving something to me, and it meant so much to me. I still got a lot of knives that my dad gave me. And I wouldn't sell them for nothing in the world. There's no value on them knives because they were his knives. They cleaned his fingernails. They peeled the oranges. He used to take the orange, y'all, and peel around it, and it'll look like a yo-yo when he's done. He used to do that with his knives. And but I wouldn't give them knives away or sell them for any amount of money. They mean too much. So I'll show you another knife I got. Now that was the trapper. That was the small trapper. Now this is the case for the knife I'm fixing to show you. It's a double X case, and it's got the old man on the front of it. And this is a bigger knife, as you can tell, a lot bigger. Real leather, real leather. That means a lot too. Now look at this knife. This knife is pretty, man, and it's big. Look, I want to show you in my hand first. Look how big that knife is. And I got big hands. I'm a big guy. Buddy, look at that knife. That is a gorgeous, it's a double X case knife. This is a gorgeous knife. The other knife was probably about $70 without the case. This one was probably about $100, or $100 and something. But this is a real pretty knife here too, and this is a two blader, And I'm not an expert on knives, y'all, so don't tear me up too hard in the comments. I'm not an expert. I just like knives. But I like the old school pocket knives, y'all. Old school pocket knives, made in the U.S., double X case knife. And from what I know about double X case, I haven't read up on it or nothing like that, but look how pretty that is. I hadn't read up much, but I heard that the 2X means they tested it twice. Now, what the test is, I don't know. I have to research that and kind of find out. If anybody knows out there, let me know what they mean when they say the case double X. I think it was tested twice. I think that's what it meant. But, buddy, is that a gorgeous knife? And it's a big one. This is like, I'm wanting to say it's like a 6 inch or whatever. But this is a lot bigger. I mean, you can look at my hand to it. I mean, that's pretty good size, y'all. But I love them beautiful knives like that. And, they're old school. I mean, they're not exactly like the old school with the metals and stuff. The metal back in the old school days was a lot better. But they're all right. I don't even know if I want to use them, y'all. I don't even know, man. They're so pretty. I don't know if I want to just leave them up on the here in the man cave and just let people appreciate them that comes over and stuff and look at them and stuff. But I tell you what, I love buying American. I love supporting Americans. I love putting Americans to work. When we buy products that are made in America, that means the American people are working. Okay? So that means you put Americans to work. And yeah, I paid good money for these knives. They wasn't cheap, but they're worth it. To me, they're worth it. I like the quality of them. I know they're made in our country, in our land. And it brings back a lot of memories, them pocket knives. My dad used to use them for everything, y'all. He used to clean his fingernails. Like I said, he'd even whittle with them. You can take a stick and whittle. Dad could whittle, and he could make all kind of stuff out of sticks and stuff just to pass the time. And matter of fact, this one right here is a lot like the one that my dad had. My dad had one like this, but it was the yellow, but it was an old one. It wasn't no new one. It was an old one. It was yellow here. It didn't have the double X case here and double X here, like this one does. But I remember Dad opening his knife up. It teaches me how to play stretch. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that game called Stretch, where both you stand there and you take the knife and you flick the knife and it sticks in the ground, blade, the blade in the ground, and that person has to take their leg and stretch out to it. And then the next person does it, flips the knife, and see how far you have to stretch them. My dad taught me how to do that. And that's probably not a good thing to teach a kid, but my dad was rough. He didn't give a shit. He was one of them mountain guys. He was a fisherman, a hunterman, a mechanic. He did a little bit of everything, y'all. But he teach me all kind of stuff. And back in then when I was a kid, we'd go out fishing or whatever. And man, I'd be over there and I'm like, Dad, I done drank all my drink. Dad said, well, here, you want a little bit of this beer? He'd give me a little beer. He'd let me get some of his beer. And he'd drink all different kind of beer. But I remember vividly my dad used to drink, I'm wanting to say Milwaukee's Best or something. That was like, he'd drink it, or Pabst Blue Ribbon. So he'd give me his beer over here, right? He'd give it to me. He'd say, here, take a sip. Because he knew I was thirsty. I didn't drink all my drink. So he'd give me some, and I'd start turning that can up like this. He'd say, whoa, don't drink all my beer. He'd get on to me, don't drink all my beer, just take a little sip, I'm over there trying to, but I tell you what, the pocket knives like that is what I was raised up around. No, I have pocket knives of all different kinds. I love knives. As y'all can see from up there, I don't know if y'all can see, but as y'all see from up there, I got swords. I got real expensive swords. I got weapons. I got all kind of stuff. But I love case knives. You know, they're American made. They've been around for a long time. My dad used them. My uncles used them. My dad's dad used them. So I like to support a good American companies. The Smoky Mountain Knife Works is where I got these knives from. You can go online, put in what kind of knife you like, you know, what brand you like. And when you pull up a brand, then you can pull up all the pictures of all with that brand, like Benchmade knives, crickets, any kind of knife you can think about. Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Yeah, no, I don't get paid for Smoky Mountain Knife Works to mention their name on here. I'm not that big, y'all. But I tell you what, if you want a good knife, then people get right on it too. I just ordered that knife like 2 days ago, and it's already at my house. Pretty box. It came real fast. You know, it had a thank you letter in it. They sent me a sticker too. I got the sticker over here on the wall. You can't really see it. Maybe you can see it now. See that Smoky Mountain Knife Works behind the Mustang symbol? I just put it on the wall. I like stuff like that, y'all. But anyways, so that's what we need to do. We need to start buying American, you know, and sticking to our roots with stuff. Remembering the old days, doing it the old way. The old people did stuff the old way because it worked. It worked time and time and time and time and time again. You know, like canning fruit, canning vegetables, you know, prepping, doing this, doing that. You know, you know, Americans, as Americans, we get lazy, you know, and the old ways, we lose the old ways. But we need to get back to our roots. But anytime I see a pocket knife, and it's funny, it's weirdest thing ever, and I don't know if it's because when I was a kid, but buddy, when I got these knives in, oh my God, I was so happy, y'all. Y'all wouldn't believe how happy I was. I'm still happy. I was like, oh man, and these are just knives. They're nothing special. They're just knives. But to me, they mean a lot, man. And the ones I got from my dad, them mean a lot. I have to make a video and show y'all one day. Excuse me. I have to make a video and show you my old knives I got. I got a bunch of old knives, and a lot of the knives I have is from my father. Now, my father's birthday and like Christmas time, Dad would always get a knife. So every knife that I bought him for Christmas and birthdays and Father's Days and stuff like that, I got them all now, you know, and I love them. I love them to death. You know, when I look at that knife, I'm thinking, you know, it means a lot. My dad held this in his hand. He worked with it. He whittled with it. He cleaned his fingernails with it. He cut fruit with it, you know, peel fruit, you know, and stuff like that. So it really means a lot. But my uncles and everybody carried regular pocket knives, man. You didn't have all them fancy knives with the hook, you know, where you could put it on your belt or you put it in your pocket. They didn't have that stuff, man. They carried pocket knives. They're just a regular pocket knife. Now, see, I'm a little funny. The reason why I got the cases is because if I put a pocket knife in my pocket, it just bothers the heck out of me. It's just like, it's always hitting my leg and I feel like I'm popping in on stuff. So I like them in the cases. Now, I'm used to having a leather case on my side because I got a Leatherman. And I use this for work. And if anybody knows about Leathermans, the Leatherman tool, you know, buddy, this has saved me a lot. It saved me in the elevator one time. I got hooked up in the elevator, couldn't get to the phone to call somebody to help me. Buddy, I popped this thing out, jimmy the door to the phone, called him and said, hey, I'm up here in this elevator stuck. I was in a power plant. So I always carry my Leatherman because it's got everything, screwdriver and all that stuff on it. Now that's an expensive tool too, but that's just a tool to me. It ain't like these, man. It ain't like these right here. To me, these are the best. These are the best, man. They're old school. They're the best. I'm telling you, look how pretty they are. They don't get no prettier than that, y'all. Look at that. You don't get no prettier than that. Look how pretty them knives are. And I know you're like, Philip, you're crazy, man. They were just knives, man. But to me, they're beautiful knives, man. And I got them from Smoky Mountain Knife Works up in Tennessee. You know, and when I bought them knives, you know, and I got them in, it reminded me of Tennessee. You know, so I got a lot of different meanings of knives. You know, so I ordered from them good people up there, and I tell you what, they're really, really good people to order from, and to buy you some knives. You want to buy them from up there. You know, they're really quick, really good knives. But buy American, y'all. And basically, that's what this video is about. you know, is buying American. If you can buy American, buy American. Yeah, you might spend more. You might spend more for American than you do some Chinese or Taiwan or Pakistan made shit. But I tell you what, you're putting Americans to work. And when I say Americans, I mean all Americans. I ain't talking about just white Americans, not just Spanish Americans. I'm talking about Americans, period. Black, white, whatever. If you're American, I paid for these knives. I bought these knives. I support Americans. That means any color. Okay? If you're American, that supported you right there, buddy. But I just made a video, Smoking Out Knife Works, and I don't get no money. Beautiful knives. If you want good knives, go to them. Buddy, if you ever been up there to their place, and sorry about my hair's all messed up, but if you ever go up there to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, buddy, it's just, it's overwhelming how many knives they got in there. And I'm a knife guy. I love knives. I love all different styles of knives. I like out the front knives. I like Benchmade knives. I like high-end knives. I like Gerbers. I like Kershaw's. Yeah, Hen and Rooster knives are really nice. That'll probably be my next knife I get, is a Hen and Rooster. I don't have a Hen and Rooster knife. And I remember all the country boys back in the day, when I was a teenager, they all had that Hen and Rooster knives. And I ain't got one, but I'm really tempted to buy me a nice one. So that'd probably be probably the nice thing I'll get right there for myself. But I tell you what, I know Father's Day's coming up. I know it's early for me to say this, but happy Father's Day to everybody, because I probably don't make a video before then. So if you're a father, you do what you're supposed to do. You take care of your kid and you're a good man. Happy Father's Day to you. I have to say Happy Father's Day to my father, and he's in heaven. And probably some of you have to do that too. But if your father's still alive out there, tell him how much you love him and hug his neck. And show him love. Because guess what? There's a lot of us out here like me, they can't do it. I have to say it from far. But I tell you what, man. You love knives. Like I do. I love knives, y'all. I love knives. I love guns. I love hunting. I love fishing. Very too much I don't like doing. But that's some of the knives that I had, you know, and I got a lot of knives that mean different things, you know, and people that's given me over the years and people that's no longer here. I got a knife over here. It's like a Crocodile Dundee knife. It was handmade by an Indian guy. And I'll have to show you that knife one day. I won't have to go keep running back and forth, but I'll show you that knife one day. The guy made it by hand. He sold it to my mom for me for, I think it was a Christmas gift or a birthday gift. But I still got it. And I tell you what, that thing is huge. It's a huge knife, man. And I just keep it on the wall. But knives are good tools to have. And just like a knife. You know, I keep bringing up the knife and the gun thing. Like a dead horse, I keep beating it, right? Okay. This is a pocket knife. Now, if this pocket knife, I open it up and try to hurt somebody with it, you can call this pocket knife an assault knife. Because it assaulted somebody. You know, if somebody cut somebody with it. Okay, it'd be an assault knife. It's a pocket knife. It's a tool. This is a tool. Just like an AR-15 is a tool. Okay. Any gun, anything can be used as a weapon. Don't let these people chip away from our Second Amendment. Because they're trying to. Part of the Second Amendment about us bearing our weapons and having the rights to bear weapons. When they chip away at it, we keep giving them a little bit, giving them a little bit, giving them a little bit. So one day we're going to give them every damn thing. We're going to be disarmed. But I'm not giving mine up like that, y'all. And y'all shouldn't either. You know, and I understand there's things happening out there today. But you know what? It'd be like a lot of people getting stabbed. If you would for me, look up how many stabbings happens in the United States every year. Look that up and tell me in the comments how many stabbings happen in the United States, or assaults with a knife. Okay, and tell me in the comment section. That's like a little homework thing. Just tell me how many, which is, I think it's a lot. Okay, but we're not we're not going to ban knives because people are stupid with knives and cut people. And you know what's funny is, from a safety guy's perspective, the hands get hurt a lot of times on jobs. Your hands get injured. There's a lot of people that's got their hands. That's the number one injuries on work sites is hands. You know, so if you're going to use big knives and do certain stuff with knives, use protection, use cut-proof gloves. That's the safety side of me telling you that, y'all. Use the cut-proof gloves and stuff. If you're gonna use a big knife to clean out a deer or something, put on them gloves, you know, them cut-proof gloves. They'll save your fingers. Matter of fact, I'm telling you that. Look at that little cut I got right there. I did that the other day. I had that big old knife over there, and I was wiping it down because I got it dirty. And I was just wiping it, you know, a little bit of Dawn dish detergent, wiping it off. Man, caught my finger. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I cut my finger, man. But so, you know, just man, buy you a good knife. Always buy you a good knife. But you know, it's like this. Dad carried a knife all the time, and he didn't carry a knife to hurt nobody with. He didn't carry a knife for protection. Dad carried a knife just to have a knife. That way, if he was out in the yard and he cut some rope, or he wanted to whittle, or he wanted to cut him an orange and peel an orange or an apple or something, he could do it. He didn't carry that. He didn't carry one of these freaking. He didn't carry one this size, y'all, for sure. My dad carried one that was smaller than this one. It was like this big, small knife. You know, just a small knife. He carried that, right? He didn't carry it for a weapon or get somebody off of him. That was the last thing on his mind. He always used it, clean his fingernails, cut stuff, apple, orange, or whatever, or cut a rope, or have something, you know, to have that cuts. A man needs to carry a good knife. You know, and we need to raise these boys up that we got out here, these young men and these boys, to be men, not to be no damn sissies, and be like, oh, I can't have a knife. No. When they get old enough, give them a knife. I remember when I was a kid, I got a knife. I was young as hell. I had to have been like 5 or 6 years old when I got a pocket knife. Now, it wasn't no big knife like this one. And it wasn't this size. It was a lot smaller, and I think it had one blade on it. But I had a pocket knife at like 5 or 6 years old, you know. And, of course, Dad had to teach me about knives and how to hand a knife to somebody. You know, if you come up to somebody, this is how stupid people are today. You say, hey, man, let me use your knife. Okay, I'm handing my knife to y'all, the viewers. Here, I've seen guys do this. Here, you need my knife? Here you go. Point right at them. Hand it to them like this. Are you out your mind? That's because people don't teach people nothing. Our kids or young men, even grown men don't even do that half the time. All right, this is the right way to hand somebody a knife. Here, hand it to them. Hold the blade and hand it to them. You don't hand nobody a knife like this. Buddy, I'm telling you, I can get around somebody and I can tell whether they were taught any damn thing in their life. Just little stuff, whether it's gun stuff, whether it's knives, anything. I can kind of tell whether they were taught anything or they're just dumb as a box of damn rocks. Crazy, y'all. Crazy. The stuff we go through with our country and the stuff, I mean, I've seen grown men do some stupid stuff that you were like, you don't know how to do that? You're a grown-ass man and you don't know how to do that. I've seen guys put Teflon tape on a piece of metal pipe, Teflon tape. You're supposed to go this way, you know. I've seen guys try to put Teflon tape this way and put so much on it you couldn't even put a nut on it. I was like, dude, you ain't got to put that much. You put you about 4 wraps on it real fast. It's good to go. You know, and I've had somebody say, well, you know, I used to do plumbing, you know, and I told them I used to do plumbing. That's how I got a job here, and I did plumbing and stuff. And then I'd work with them, and I'd see what they're doing with the pipe wrench, and then have the pipe wrench over top of their head like this, tightening a pipe up over their head. And I'm like, but if that pipe wrench lets go, it's going to bust you in the mouth. I hope you got good insurance on them teeth, you know what I mean, a good dental plan. But I can tell when somebody don't know how to do something, and I'm pretty sure y'all guys can catch it. Y'all are pretty smart out there too. Y'all can tell if somebody don't know what the hell they're doing. It's easy because you see them doing it, and you're like, for one, that pipe wrench is either going to slip and bust them in the face, or they're working their ass off not working the pot wrench. Because I ain't got to get it right up under the pot wrench. You can hang out from it, about from it, and just work it up and down. Just go. If you got to adjust it right, you can just boom, 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 and just tighten it up with that pot wrench. But there's some people out there, man, you can tell they don't know what they're doing. And that's with a lot of stuff. Whether that's fishing, whether that's working on something, whether it means a lot. There's a lot of people out there that's just stupid. You wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. I've seen people and thought, man, that guy's got to know what he's doing. He's 50 years old. I go over there looking, I'm like, he's 50 years old, don't know how to do shit. I said, wait, man. Like that Joe Biden. Look how old he is. Can't even run a damn hen house. He can't do nothing. He can't do nothing right. Everything that Joe Biden touches, y'all. And I wasn't going to talk about Joe. It's supposed to be a knife video and talk about knives. But I got to add stuff in there. Buddy, that guy is an idiot. He is a freaking idiot. He ain't never did nothing in his life. I guarantee he put his hands up like this. He ain't got no calluses. He ain't got no calluses. See them calluses? That's from working. Them tough right there. He ain't never did no damn work. He's soft, like they used to say, soft as store-bought cotton. But just wanted to make a video, show you some of my knives I got. I got a bunch of knives I need to bring out and kind of show you and tell you some background on some of the knives I got. A knife that I want to buy, I'm just checking into which one I want because they're kind of expensive. But I want to buy me a butterfly knife. I used to have a butterfly knife when I was young. And I could spin it, and I could throw it, and I could spin it around my hands and do all the stuff with it. Fancy stuff, But I like different knives. But I think I'm going to get me one. But I gotta see which one I want, and see what kind of money I want to spend. Because when it comes to knives, it kind of depends on what quality you want. I can go to the flea market up here and buy one for $20, $15, $20. But it's also something I'm going to be spinning around. And I don't want it to come apart because it's got a blade on it. That comes apart, it could cut me in the face or cut my hand or something, But I like different knives. I'm a guy, y'all. I like knives. I like, stuff like that. I used to like sports and NASCAR and all that, and I still like NASCAR, but I don't watch it. I still like football. I still like baseball. I still like basketball, but I don't watch it. You know why? Because anybody that can kneel for my American flag and disrespect our men and women wearing a uniform and the soldiers that are in that ground right there, and you're going to disrespect them by kneeling on that damn field for BS, I'll never watch you and never put a damn ounce of money into you. Now, all the NASCAR stuff I got in here, and the racing memorabilia, I like Dale Jr., I like Dale Sr., okay, but I don't watch it no more. And I got it all on the walls. I got baseball stuff. I've got memorabilia stuff. But you know what? I don't watch it no more. You know why? Because they ain't kneeling for that flag. And I don't forget. That's the thing about these Democrats. Look at all the stuff that they did to us in the past. Us Republicans, conservatives. Look at all the evil stuff they've pushed. And we're supposed to forget about that? Like Coca-Cola saying that I can't be too white. Well, if I can't be too white, I ain't drinking your damn sorry-ass Cokes. I'll drink Pepsi. Okay? All these companies have pushed this BS and pushed stuff, and they've ran their mouth. I don't forget it. Maybe y'all do. Maybe y'all forgive them and y'all forget them. I don't. I remember what they said. I remember what Joe Biden said. I remember when he got on TV threatening the American people, threatening us, and raising his voice like he's going to kick somebody's ass. He ain't going to do nothing. What he might do is poop his pants. That's what he's good at. It just depends. Get it? Depends. But I tell you what, y'all. I love the American people. I love supporting them. So if you really can, buy American. It means a lot. You're putting Americans to work. And we make it. It's well made, y'all. You buy some junk from over in China or Taiwan, them blades ain't worth a crap, man. Buy some good blades. Buy some American stuff, man. Feel like an American. Be proud when you buy this. Be proud. Because you bought something American. You kept Americans working. That means a lot. is to stand by this country and stand up for this country. And don't let these assholes or these idiots out here push us around. We gotta stay. We gotta tell them what we mean and mean what we say. All right. So I love you. Until next time. I don't know if I'm gonna see you before Father's Day, but if I don't, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, all the patriots. I love you. Watch Donald Wiseman's channel. Watch Waterbug 68. Good channel. Hey, watch Mark Hatfield. Watch Pastor Steve Warren out of Faith Chapel Ministries up in Tennessee. Watch these guys. Support these guys. Share it. Like it. Subscribe to them. It don't cost you nothing. If it pisses off your Democrat friends, oh well, you didn't need them anyway. Hell, I don't care if I got any Democrat friends. I don't like them anyway. So, grow some balls. Share it out. Hey, we need the voice to get out there. They're already shadow banning us and everything else they can. And kicking us and putting us in Facebook jail and trying to mute us. Take our First Amendment away. They're trying to take our Second Amendment away. So stand up for us. Until next time, love you guys. See ya.